Hello, everybody. So when you think of the word innovation, what do you think of? Yell it out.
Technology, invention, thinking outside the box.
Great. Well, when I think of the phrase innovative ways of thinking in an ever-changing world, a lot comes to my mind. I think about how things have evolved over the years and are still evolving, how people think differently, think creatively, think innovatively. For example, when my parents were in elementary school, a long time ago, they used something called a typewriter. They would get bonus marks for typing up the work on a typewriter. Ever since then, the typewriter has evolved into a computer with many more softwares and programming which students have to edit their work with less than 5 seconds. How do you feel about this? Well, my focus today is to present 5 ideas that can have a reality side and a perception side of thinking innovatively. Let's jump into this a bit further. Let's start with an idea that's familiar to all of us, foods and drinks. So when you think about your favorite food place, your favorite drink place, what do you guys think of? Yell it out. Favorite 2. So I heard a bit like of 2, and I would have never guessed. Well, recently Starbucks came up with a new drink called the turmeric latte. The spice turmeric is ginger. It comes from the ginger plant, and it's mostly used in Middle Eastern countries and Asian countries. Well, this turmeric is a very old spice, and Starbucks did a great job presenting it new and innovative in a different way, bringing it new to this side of the world. But is it really thinking innovatively that they took this spice and they put it into a drink on this side of the world, making it innovative? Or is this just what we think it is? In addition to this, I want to know who in the room drinks tea. A lot of hands. Well, recently Tim Hortons has their chai tea. It's well known. And chai is also, quote unquote, reused from a long time ago. Chai is a flavored beverage by mixing black tea with aromatic spices. So were Starbucks and Tim Hortons thinking innovatively when they thought of these drinks? Or is this just what we think? So everyone in this room is familiar with technology. It's the way of life. We have to know how to use it. And from as long as I can remember, I would come home every day from school, and my mom would ask me these questions. Where is the math textbook? Where is the science textbook? Don't even tell me there isn't a history textbook. And I would have the same response every day. There aren't any textbooks. Everything is on something called Google Classroom. Google Classroom is provided so students can attach their work and have it marked by the teacher. So, if you think about this super efficient, paperless, eco-friendly method is used, but there are those teachers who give those 3 extra bonus marks to students who handwrite their work. And I wonder why. Well, if you're writing your thing handwritten, you necessarily aren't using these things like grammar checks, spell checks, translators, and etc. You could be, but think of the time difference between all of this. There was something I read in 2018 about robotic surgeries. Robotic surgeries allow physicians and doctors to have surgeries with much more precision So there's one company called the Da Vinci Surgical System, and it's mostly used for surgeries that might have like a longer process to them. And there's 4 arms named 1, 2, 3, and 4. And they all monitor a different part of the surgery. Well, how would you guys feel if you were going into a surgery and you see this big thing come up to you? Personally, I wouldn't feel so great. Well, there's also this one called the Mako Surgical System. And it's mostly used for knee replacements. So this thing's a bit less scary, let's agree with that. And, well, this is very innovative. You know how I have proof of that? My grandfather is a physician, and I know for sure there was nothing like this in his time. Let's talk about something that might be a bit more interesting for kids our age, online shopping. Online shopping has become the normal in our lives. Online shopping allows you to shop in millions of different sites all at the same time. You can be relaxing in your pajamas on your couch. You don't even have to be moving. Well, how does online shopping work? You add your items to your cart, and you simply pay, and depending on where it's coming from, it can take about 2 days to 2 weeks. Well, I have a personal experience of this. In December, I had ordered 2 dresses that was a store based in the States. And so the dresses arrived a few days later. We opened it, go through all the dresses, make sure they're like all fine and stuff. And then we realized we were charged $60 customs. Well, I don't know if I was expecting like $5 customs, $20, but 60? I'm never buying dresses from that store again. So, my mom works for a company, and in their company they have something called ICBT, which stands for Internet-Based Cognitive Behavioral Therapy. Essentially, it's a specialist or a therapist online, which helps with the ridiculous wait times we're usually given. It can help with anxiety, pain, depression, stress, and insomnia. To put this in my perspective, I went to my family doctor to get a referral for a dermatologist. Right off the bat, 365 days, 1 year, to see a doctor for maybe 5 minutes. So this is proof of innovative thinking, because this has almost access that's immediate. So I made a chart with everything I've talked about today, and I'm gonna briefly explain it. So Starbucks has their turmeric latte, and it can be seen as innovative because they're bringing something back from long ago. And the same with chai tea. But in reality, it's something that's been used long ago, and they're bringing it back to this thing, and it's an ancient drink, and it's not something we haven't heard of before. Online shopping. You're being able to shop freely online in the comfort of your own home. But is it really easier? Really? Because the difficulties with the customs, with the sizes, with the colors, with the fittings, is it really making our lives easier? I'll leave that to you to decide. Robotic surgeries. It's a much more accurate, more precise, and more efficient way of surgeries. It makes the surgery much quicker and the recovery process way quicker. And to be honest, I've got nothing. This is truly innovative. ICBT has helped the answer to the proven ridiculous wait times we are given to see a doctor. And people might be uncomfortable with the approach to this method. And I get it. But it's innovative. We have to learn how to do things in different ways. Technology in school will one day replace papers and be the only way of hard copy communication. And technology is preventing us from being innovative in other ways we can do our work. I have 3 takeaways that I want to leave you guys all with today. The first one is the world is changing, our academic paths are changing, everything we do is changing, and it's only natural if we are changing as well. Reintroducing or reinventing or rediscovering ideas is not as bad either. They're truly amazing. They're innovative. And you always have to remember, there's always more than one way to do everything we do today. In conclusion, at the end of the day, I'll leave you to decide whether the certain topics are innovative or not. For some things I discussed today, I think of innovative, but you may not. And things that I may not have thought innovative, you may think they are innovative. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk, and have a great rest of your day.